The next pattern, the assembly line pattern, is by analogy with a car assembly line where you've got the chassis and the engine and the various components being fed down the assembly line and a finished product coming out at the end. The whole system of conveyors and robot welders, the assembly line that enables all of these parts to be put together to form a product, that's what this is all about. So this is the tool support and the process discipline and the technical planning and so on that enables you to create assets and to create products from assets. So a fairly straightforward list here: configuration management tools, process discipline for the attached processes that go along with the assets, tool support for the creation of the assets, concept of operations for the roles and responsibilities involved in building assets and building products from assets, and planning at the technical level and planning at the organizational level. And if you've been keeping an eye on these patterns, you will probably have seen that some of the practice areas showing up here have appeared in other patterns as well. So the patterns are not a partitioning of the 29 practice areas, and the same practice area can pop up in multiple patterns for different purposes. You had process discipline showing up in each asset to create the attached process for that particular asset. But somebody in charge of the assembly line will be looking for a set of attached processes across all of the assets so that they can create a production plan or some production guidance for the product developers. And similarly, the tool support decision for each asset should be part of an overall approach to how you're going to come up with the right set of tools in general for your product line effort. So different people focusing on different aspects of the same practice areas for solving different problems in different product line contexts. So not a partitioning of the 29 practice areas. And this is the graphical representation. So you have the configuration management practice area defining a CM process and establishing plans and policies and using that as the basis for making a rational tool purchase decision about how to support configuration management, and not the other way around, where you buy a tool and use that to determine your configuration management support. You have process discipline providing the attached processes that constitute the production plan. You have an operational concept and roles and responsibilities feeding into the organizational planning and technical planning areas. So this is all about providing the supporting infrastructure that allows you to create core assets and create products from those core assets in the first place. And one of our customers is putting a lot of emphasis on this pattern. They're not saying explicitly they're following the assembly line pattern, but in effect that's what they are doing, because there's a large distributed organization that wants to harmonize the tool support and the process discipline across the various distributed units before they get into the more serious aspects of their product line work. This is a pretty straightforward pattern, so we don't have any variance on this. If you're in a large organization, there may be a part of the organization devoted specifically to processes and tools. In a smaller organization, of course, one person will probably wear multiple hats, and the person in charge of tool support may also be the configuration management person, or maybe even the process support person. And speaking of process, there is a process pattern.